You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
What a beautiful day for horses in the morning.
You are listening to the #1 horse podcast in the world. Here's your entertaining look at the horse world and the people in it.
I'm Glenn the Geek from Ocala, Florida.
And I am Allison Rehnborg from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and you are listening to the monthly Equine Affaire episode of Horses in the Morning on the Horse Radio Network for May 21st, episode 3955. This episode is brought to you by Equine Affaire and Farnam. Good morning, Horse World.
It's the third Thursday of the month. That means it's time for the Equine Affaire episode, North America's premier equine expo and equestrian gathering.
Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. This is the first episode we've had since the Ohio Equine Affaire, where you and Ashley hung out. The show sounded fantastic. It sounded like everything went well.
Well, that's because you edited so well and you made us sound good.
I took all the bad parts out.
Yeah.
No, you guys were great. It worked out great.
We had a good time, and Ashley is such a pro, and I knew we'd have fun. We missed you, of course, but I knew Ashley and I would have a good time, and we did. We had a lot of great guests, and she was just owning it. And then, of course, the Cowboy Challenge where you stole my photo.
Yes. I just knew you were busy, and I wanted to make sure it got posted. I was doing you a favor. I was helping you out.
You were. No, I wasn't. It was fun. It was just funny because I was literally going into the group to post that, and I'm like, wait a second. Glenn scooped me. He scooped me. But it's fine.
As Jamie would say, you can't send Glenn anything. You can't send him anything.
Apparently not. Yes. She killed it on the demo. That was hilarious. And, of course, she looked the part. And so we had a good time. We had a good time despite missing you. So.
Well, it sounded great. The event went well on a whole?
It did. We were fighting with the construction from the Ohio Expo Center for the second year in a row. Let's hope that is over and done with next year.
I heard you were fighting at it in the barns this time. It was...
Yes, yeah. It was between the bricker and the barn, and there was a gas leak one morning.
Oh, good.
So that added... Yeah, that was exciting, but they got it fixed fairly quickly, and it went on. We'll just be super glad when that's over with. And I think
horses really like loud explosions in the morning. They're really keen on that.
Love it.
I'm so glad that didn't happen. Oh my God.
Well, if you need help desensitizing your horse,
just bring him to the Equine Affaire.
Well, no, take him to the Ohio Expo Center. Okay, it's not us. I will. They're supposed to have a lot of it done by the state fair this summer, and I'm really curious to hear if they actually do get it done in time, because I wouldn't want to be the fair over there.
I'm sure it's really affected Quarter Horse Congress, too.
Yeah, it has to.
Yeah, because they take over the whole place. I mean...
They do, yeah. But other than that, we had a good time, and I feel like people were pretty happy. We had some fun pop-ups and... great lineup, and Fantasia was very exciting. So overall, it was good. We are already deep in planning for next year to make it bigger and better than ever. And of course, for Massachusetts this fall. So we didn't take a break this year. We dived right in to getting ready. So
very good. Well, what's coming up on today's show?
Yes. So today's show is really special. It's an auditor request. So auditors, I am paying attention. I'm listening to you. I asked the auditors before Equine Affaire, what do you want to hear on the podcast? Because, we do our best to variety and all that, but I wanted to know, what do you guys really want to hear? And so the auditors told me that they wanted to hear from Ride with a Pro participants. So these are people who have applied to ride with our clinicians. They wanted to hear the kind of the nitty gritty. So I wasn't able to get those people at the show because they were busy, believe it or not. They were riding their horses. But today I have two of our Ride with a Pro participants. So first we're going to have Jojo, and she's who I want to be when I grow up. I say that sometimes in jest, but I do mean it. She's a bright and horse crazy 12-year-old, and she rode with your best friend Bronwyn.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm going to see Bronwyn soon.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
And she rode her horse Lulu with Bronwyn. So we're going to hear from a 12-year-old about her very first experience at Equine Affaire with a horse.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool. It's cool to see it here from someone from young eyes. And then we're going to chat with Taryn Homier, and she's a non-pro Reiner and ranch rider. She's been doing Ride with a Pro with us for about 4 years. So she's seen it. She's done it. She got to ride with Keith Ceddia and Mike Bednarek this time. And so if you have ever thought about applying for Ride with a Pro, or you've wondered what the heck is it really like, this is the show for you. You're going to hear from two people who have done it.
This episode is brought to you by Farnam and Endure Gold Killer Fly and Mosquito Control, a new fly spray for horses. Discover the fly protection made to annihilate flies, ticks, and mosquitoes with brand new EPA-approved ingredients never before seen in equine care. Endure Gold is backed by science and built for hard work, delivering fast knockdown and up to 14 days of fly protection. Add Endure Gold to your arsenal and upgrade your fly control rotation. Actually, Jennifer bought this. She heard the commercial and she went out and bought some. And we've been using it for about 3 days now, and it does appear to work. It does smell like one of those fly protections that should work, so it doesn't smell like perfume. But it's working so far. We live in Florida where I'm saying the flies are nastier. I know flies are nasty everywhere, but we seem to have weird flies. So far it's working. And her horse, James, hates flies with a passion. So far he just runs around like a nut if he gets a fly on him. And he'll run for half an hour. And I haven't seen that in the last 2 days since she's been using it. So more to come, but so far so good on this. It's got a name too, Endure Gold Killer Fly and Mosquito Control. Find it at your local store or online.
Equine Affaire in Ohio is over for another year, but the countdown to Equine Affaire in Massachusetts has already begun. Dun, dun, dun. Save the dates for November 12th through the 15th, 2026. That's when Equine Affaire gallops into New England this fall. Equine Affaire will be at the Eastern States Exposition in West Springfield, Massachusetts, and tickets will go on sale July 8th. So mark that date on your calendar and get ready. Again, that's July 8th. That's when tickets for Equine Affaire in Massachusetts and Fantasia are going on sale. All right. Well, as I promised, our first guest is a real treat. Her name is Jojo, and she is a 12-year-old homeschooler. So yay, homeschoolers. I was one who just rode at her very first Equine Affaire. She brought her horse, a Gypsy vanner named Lulu, to ride in a clinic with Bronwyn Irwin. So we're going to hear all about her experiences today and what she learned. Well, hi, Jojo. Welcome to our show.
Hi.
It's so good to have you on. You might be the youngest person we've had on the podcast, so congratulations.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about you. What makes you a horse crazy girl?
Probably because I've been with horses all my life and I just love it. I really enjoy riding, especially riding Lulu. And getting to do this clinic was really fun, getting to try something new.
Yeah. So before we get into your clinic experience, tell me a little bit about Lulu. How long have you had her?
We've had Lulu for 6 years. She's a Gypsy vanner, and Lulu is 12. She's the calmest horse you can ever meet in your life. She's great. She's chunky. She feels like you're sitting on a couch, but Lulu is great to ride. She's slow, but she's safe. She's like grandma safe, so you can literally put grandma up there and she'll just do her slow walk. Lulu is really good with young kids, and she loves doing obstacle courses with me when I'm riding her.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I think the best part, I've never ridden a Gypsy vanner, but every time I see them, I think that is the prettiest couch that I've ever seen in horse form. So I love that you described her as a couch. And then how long have so you've had her for 6 years, but how long have you been riding her?
2 years.
Okay. And then do you compete and show with her too, or is it just riding at home?
Yes, I do show with her. I do Western Pleasure and English Walk Trot.
Oh, very cool.
Yes.
And then did you also do a trail competition with her? Did I hear that right?
Yes, I did. And we got first place out of 13 kids. And it was my first trail class as well. So it was really awesome.
Yeah, congratulations. Man, you're killing it. All right. So you and Lulu are buddies. You've been together for a couple of years. So what made you decide, hey, I'm going to apply to ride with a pro?
Well, I just thought it would be interesting trying something new and learning more things. I'm always up for learning something new, especially with Lulu. And plus, I think it's really good to learn some tricks, especially if you're out on a trail ride and something goes wrong. I thought it'd be helpful, and I learned quite a few things. I really think that will be helpful for the future.
Yeah. So you got to ride with Bronwyn Irwin. Is that right?
Yes.
So tell me what you guys talked about and what you covered and a little bit of what you learned.
Okay, so what I've learned. I have learned a new emergency stop I have not seen before. And what else? I've learned to help keep Lulu moving. If she ends up slowing down, make her do a complete halt, wait a few seconds, then instantly get her back up into a trot. And buddy sourness. Lulu's not buddy sour, but our other horse, Elvis, is. So that will be really nice to help because he's very, very buddy sour with Lulu.
Yeah.
And I also learned whenever Lulu pins her ears at a horse, because she doesn't like other horses at all, she doesn't kick or anything. She just pins her ears and shakes her head. Whenever I do, I put my hand out, pull straight up on the rein like a little bump. And I learned to do rollbacks as well.
Oh, that's exciting. I remember when I got to learn rollbacks for the first time. I felt like it was a really cool maneuver. Was that fun?
Yeah, it was. It really made me feel really good, and I really enjoyed it. My family was there and my friends, and it really made me feel great and not nervous. At first I was nervous. It was my first clinic and I was really nervous, but once I got into the arena, I felt fine.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you, this was your first time ever doing a clinic at Equine Affaire. Was it your first clinic ever anywhere too?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
First time I even ever brought a horse to Equine Affaire. I've gone to Equine Affaire many times for shopping and seeing Fantasia, but I've never ever brought a horse there to do a clinic, and I definitely think I should do it again next year.
I think you should too. How did you prepare for it? Did you know what you were getting into? Was there anything surprising? Kind of walk me through that.
I was pretty knowing of what I was doing. Some parts surprised me, and me and Lulu were prepared and ready. Lulu did amazing, and yeah.
Good.
Probably one of the ones that surprised me was probably the rollback. I wasn't expecting the rollback, but the rollback definitely surprised me, and I think it was really fun. I'm definitely going to practice it more at home.
Yeah. It'll probably come in handy if you do more trail classes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was it hard to focus or learn just knowing there was a crowd watching you, or did you not really notice the crowd?
Didn't really notice the crowd. I mainly tried to focus and learn whatever I could.
That's really great. That's what we all have to do, right? We sort of have to put the crowd out of our minds and just focus on our horse and the clinician and just go for it.
Yes.
That's awesome. So what advice would you give someone, maybe a kid like you, if they were on the fence about applying to ride with a pro? What would you tell them about your experience?
Well, is to be brave. I'm usually nervous before almost every show, but I say if I were if I would say if I were you, just take a deep breath and stay calm and just trust in your horse, and just go forward.
That's great advice.
Yes.
I think we could all benefit from hearing that in a lot of different ways. Just go for it.
Yes.
Yeah. So, do you have big plans for this summer with you and Lulu? What's your next goal in the show pen?
Next goal is probably state fair.
Yeah.
Definitely go to state fair and achieve more shows and have more fun with my friends and just have a great time.
Those are great goals. I wish those could be my goals for the summer too. Well, let's see. What's your favorite thing about Equine Affaire?
My favorite thing. Oh, my favorite thing about Equine Affaire, most years when I go to Equine Affaire without Lulu, is probably people like us. But this year, I was probably most excited about definitely for my clinic and just knowing that my friends would be there to help support me. I was really excited about that.
Did you have any friends who also were riding in clinics, or were they just there to support you?
They were just there to support me. There were 2 other girls I did not know. They were really nice. I did not know them, but I rode with them in the clinic. My friends were just there for support.
Oh, that's cool. Those are really good friends.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question for you. I read your bio that you turned in for Ride with a Pro, and it mentioned that you have walked a horse over fire before.
Yes, I have.
Okay,
yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yes, so we were at this desensitizing clinic, and we came the first day. It was the junior, what was it called? The beginner trail. Well, not trail, but desensitizing with your horse. I just led Lulu around, but the second day they invited us to come back the next day for the advanced. I was like, sure, let's do it. So we came back the second day, and I rode the whole time. It was definitely more scary. There was a lot more things, and I figured out what I was afraid of. She is afraid of bubbles. Bubbles.
Okay. No bubbles for Lulu. Got it.
Yeah, at the end, there was the trot your horse over fire. I was like, are you nuts? I was not expecting that at all. But Lulu trotted over fire perfectly, and horsehair cannot catch fire. At least that's what I've been told.
Okay.
And Lulu did not catch on fire, thankfully. Because Lulu's a gypsy vanner, she has feathers and all. She's not like other horses. She has feathers that cover her whole hoof, and her tail's long. Yeah. She was really brave. I was very proud of her.
That's amazing. I'm proud of you. I mean, I would be scared to ride my horse over fire, and I am much older than you.
I was scared. And all the other horses around were young horses. That made it even more scary because they were all spooking and running into each other. I was really nervous. Plus, how Lulu doesn't like other horses, so
yeah,
she did amazing. She took great care of me. Lulu always has.
That's fantastic. Well, it sounds like you guys have a really good relationship, and that comes in handy whether you're riding at Equine Affaire or going over fire. So good job.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you want to share or that you think people should know about Equine Affaire or Ride with a Pro?
You should definitely do it, no matter what, even if you're scared. If you get it, you take it. If you get an opportunity, do it. I guarantee you will have a blast and learn a lot.
Wonderful. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jojo, for coming on the show today. I know you're busy. You're a homeschooler. You got horses. You're going all over the place. So thank you for taking some time to talk with us today.
Thank you. It was great. I really enjoyed doing this.
For regular updates on Equine Affaire, including notifications about when signups for Ride with a Pro will go live this fall or next spring, make sure you're subscribed to our email list. You can either sign up on our website or you can message our Facebook page and request that we add you to either the Ohio list or the Massachusetts list, or if you want all the emails, both. I am happy to do both. And after that, you just watch your inbox for emails from Equine Affaire. And if you don't like email, I know my husband never checks his email, which drives me insane. I won't tell you the number of emails he has in his inbox because it will just make your eye twitch. You can follow us on Facebook or Instagram at Equine Affaire. And next on the show, we have Taryn Homier, and she is a non-pro rider from Cloverdale, Ohio. She's been riding at Equine Affaire and participating in Ride with a Pro for 4 years. She applied and rode with Keith Ceddia and Mike Bednarek, and she's going to share some of her best tips for how to get the most out of your Ride with a Pro experience. Well, hi, Taryn. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, so I hear it's beautiful up in Ohio right now, and it's raining where I am. Is that true?
Yes, we got a bright sunny day out here.
Are you going to get to go ride today?
I hope. The day is always not enough time, too much to do.
Yeah, as always. So tell us a little bit about you, because you're here on the show because you got to ride with a pro or a couple of pros at Ohio, but kind of tell the audience a little bit about you and your horse experience. What kind of horse girl are you?
Yeah, I've been riding for probably about 15, 20 years. Started in 4-H, did 10 years of 4-H and decided I liked it so much that I've stayed on as a advisor. I've rode pretty much every discipline minus dressage. I like the Western disciplines better. Right now I'm primarily reining with a little bit of ranch, but having a background from all the different disciplines has allowed me to really expand my knowledge. And that's what I like a lot about the Ride with a Pro, is that I get to learn from multiple different clinicians on all the different styles of riding.
That is kind of the fun part. Like I've never gotten to participate myself. I just get to enjoy it vicariously. And I think it's such a cool opportunity. Like I thought that before I started working for Equine Affaire, but I just thought it was really neat. And I thought I'm never going to be brave enough to do that myself, like take my horse to a strange venue, learn from somebody different. So I'm always really impressed when I meet someone like you who's done it. And you mentioned in your Ride with a Pro bio that you are a non-pro and you keep your horse with you. You don't always have a trainer with you. So is that kind of why you applied to Ride with a Pro? Kind of talk a little bit more about what appealed to you about that program.
Yeah, absolutely. My mare was trained by a specific trainer, and I still ride with him quite often, and I adore him, and he's a great trainer. But being a non-pro is a lot about doing DIY, doing it by yourself, trying to save some money, but also understanding that the better the bond you have with your horse, the better you will compete. Mm-hmm. So I love being able to, that's my main reason probably for applying for Ride with a Pro, is seeing what clinicians are there, kind of trying to get a different point of view. Like if I'm struggling with a certain maneuver, what do they suggest? What do they see in my horse while we're riding that I can work on later down the road? I like to be able to take things home and continue to work on them and see that excel when I hit the show pen later in the year.
Well, and I bet it's kind of like a mixed bag, isn't it? Because on the one hand, you've got someone that you've never ridden with before who's seeing you and your mare for the first time, and they're doing it in front of an audience, right? And mm-hmm. You're usually in there with other people. So it's probably a little bit like you take what works for you from what they say, but then maybe things that don't work, and you just sort of say, well, I'll stick that in my pocket. Maybe it'll work someday, but not today. Is that kind of your approach?
Yeah, 100%. Because also I have other horses. So if I see him or one of the clinicians helping a different person that their horse may have a different issue than my horse, I may come across that issue later with a different horse that I ride. And then I can apply that to that problem and hopefully fix it without needing to go further else, like get a trainer or try to reach out to other people to see if they can help me fix the issue.
Yeah. And so tell us about the horse that you brought with you to Ohio this particular time. What did you bring and why?
I brought my mare. Her name is Aurora. Her show name is Surprise and Sparkle. She's an 8-year-old reining bred mare, quarter horse. And I've competed with her for pretty much her entire life. I've known her since she was born. My friend bred and raised her, and then I bought her as a 2-year-old and decided that we really wanted to do the reining. So when I saw Keith Ceddia's name on the presenter schedule, I was like, let's apply and see if we can ride with Keith. And I also decided to try to ride with Mike Bednarek as well for Ranch Trail, because I also like to kind of branch out into the ranch, because doing one thing is like making one track mind on a horse. Having a wide variety of things they can do, it's really good for their brains.
100%. Yeah. And I mean, I think reining and ranch trail kind of go nicely hand in hand for that. It's a nice way to kind of rest their brain on one side, but then give them something different to think about on the other side.
Absolutely.
And so have you taken Aurora to Equine Affaire before, or was this her first time?
Nope. She's a seasoned vet. This, I think, was our 5th time attending together.
Okay.
We started when she was 4-year-old. Or it might be our 4th time then, because she is 8 this year. But 4 years, we've done a bit of everything. We did some just regular, like not necessarily colt starting, but like dealing with certain correctiveness issues like softness and body control. And then when I see more reining clinicians apply, or ranch clinicians, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll kind of go into that avenue now that she's getting older and more seasoned.
Yeah. And so since you've taken her so many times, do you remember, like, was it hard on her the first time? Did she have a little bit of hard time settling in, or was she a pro the whole time? Like, how do you prepare her for that kind of environment? Because, it's loud and different and crazy.
Yeah, she's been attending horse shows since she was a yearling. So for her, it's not necessarily that big of an issue. But a lot of the times, if I feel like she's going to freak out, say like in the Coliseum with a bunch of people clapping, I'll pop on our speaker and I'll play some people clapping or people screaming. She's pretty much a down-to-earth horse. She doesn't, not much spooks her, not much gets her out of her zone. So for me, it was super easy. But for those that have like flighty horses, it just kind of exposure, like get them out, take them places, even on trail rides, like haul away to a trail venue or haul away to somebody else's arena. Just getting them out there and getting them exposed will help them be able to handle the massiveness of Equine Affaire easier.
Yeah, and I love that tip of playing applause or cheering on a speaker. That's so smart.
Thank you.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. Like, yeah, I think we all know how different it can be at a horse show or at Equine Affaire. You just never know what kind of sounds you're going to hear.
That is for sure.
So, kind of looking back over all your experiences, what's been your favorite ride with a pro clinician or experience that you've had? Is there one that really stands out to you as like, man, that was a great time?
Oh gosh, I'd say they've pretty much all been great. Honestly, I mean, you learn different things from every single one of them, and they all have a different approach. Some want to like look exactly at certain maneuvers. Some just want to see the way that you ride overall. I extremely liked Keith this year. He had a lot of good pointers and a lot of good aspects to his clinics that pointed out certain issues that my horse was having, let alone the other clinicians' horses, and that we could work on. I've also enjoyed riding with Pat Prelli in the past. He was pretty good at pointing out certain things. We did body control for lead changes, and he was always he always brought out his little flag, and my mare was not 100% sure about the flag at first, but in the end, it really helped, and I was able to understand more of the lateral movement from that clinic overall.
Yeah. What is it like? Let's say you get like kind of I wouldn't say a negative comment, but a comment like, oh, it looks like you guys have trouble with this. You need to work on this. Does it ever get under your skin or bother you? Because it's, that can be hard to take criticism or constructive feedback in front of a crowd. Does that ever bother you?
I try and not let it bother me. You're there to learn. So if you're there and everything's perfect, then it's great. But there's always going to hopefully excel to fix something that maybe is not 100%. So if they are able to notice that and they call you out on it, that's good. That means a clinician is doing their job. They're paying attention. They're seeing what areas of issue you have, and they're going to hopefully help you fix that here in the future or at the clinic itself. It may be just a simple fix.
Yeah. And I think as horse people, we usually pay people to judge us, right?
Yes.
That's the one thing we're confident enough that we'll go to a horse show and pay someone to judge us on what we do right and what we do wrong. So we kind of have to have thick skins anyway. But it just occurred to me, it's like, you're out there in front of a crowd and the clinician's talking about you in front of a whole bunch of people. That can be, the first time you hear that, it can be a little like, oh man. But I'm glad to hear you say that it's just sort of like, this is what I'm here for.
Yes. Yep. I mean, at first, when you first apply and you first get accepted, of course, it can be kind of nerve-wracking sitting there thinking, well, what if he sees this? What if he sees that? But when you get in there, even with a ton of people around, you kind of forget they're there. You're focused on your riding, you're focused on the clinician. And at the end, you're like, wow, the time went that fast. And you always want more time.
Yeah. So you've given so much great advice already, but I feel like, is there any advice you'd give to someone who they're on the fence about applying to ride with a pro? Maybe they've always wanted to, and they're just too scared to make that final step. Would you give any advice to them?
Overall, my number one advice is just do it. Just jump right in, apply. I've had a friend that has wanted to apply for the last few years, and I think we've almost got her convinced that next year is the year she needs to go. She came down and I'm like, you just have to, overcome your fear. And with horses, we have a ton of fear, different stages in our confidence growth. Maybe it's getting on, maybe it's going in that first class or going over that first jump. You just have to overcome that fear, and it will be amazing when you get there. You'll love it. It's been such a great experience. I hope to be able to do it for years to come. I always like learning, and you get to shop, you get to see everything. It's worth it in the end.
What's your favorite thing you've bought or seen or done at Equine Affaire outside of Ride with a Pro? Just out of curiosity, because you've been so many years.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love shopping. Shopping is, a horse girl. Always got to buy something sparkly. I also have competed in the Versatile Horse and Rider competition with a different horse of mine, and I super, super enjoy that. If you have a solid horse, that is definitely something to try at least once. And of course, Fantasia is always amazing to go and see at least once. Sometimes we'll go twice.
Oh, yay. Yeah. What year did you ride in the VHRC? Do you remember?
It was 2 years ago. I think it was 23 or 24. 24, I think, is when I rode.
And what was the scariest obstacle that year?
Not necessarily scary. The hardest one for my horse was she didn't want to stand in the pool and wait for me. She was like, there's a lot of people staring at me. Can I just please follow you?
Yes.
And she's usually such an excellent ground tire. She was just like, nope, I really would rather just follow you.
Yeah, I remember that obstacle, and a lot of horses had trouble with that year. It's a lot,
It is, but it's such an experience. And especially for a horse like the one I took, her name was Snowy. She is such a solid mount. She's a 4-H kids horse now, still mine. Of course, I lease her out, but she's just so solid. And I was like, I want to attempt that. I want to see if we can do it. And that's just the same thing with Ride with a Pro. You just have to think about it as that. Let's see if I can go out there and learn from this professional and better my riding.
Absolutely. Well, Taryn, thank you so much. This was an awesome conversation, and I think your advice of just do it is one that our audience should take to heart. So thank you for coming on and sharing today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. I really enjoy talking about Ride with a Pro. It's just definitely one of the passions of mine.
You can learn more about Equine Affaire at our website, equineaffaire.com, or follow us on Facebook or on our YouTube channel. Just look for Equine Affaire.
Also, you can follow Horses in the Morning on Facebook. Just search Horses in the Morning or on your favorite player. And I wanted to also mention that Equine Affaire has a separate RSS feed for the podcast. We're on Horses in the Morning feed, and also it has a separate feed. Just search for Equine Affaire in your podcast player, and then you can just go back and find all the past episodes of Equine Affaire all by themselves, not all cluttered in with the rest of the Horses in the Morning stuff.
All right, we'll see you guys at Equine Affaire.